Hey guys, Gunnar Review here. Welcome to Transfer Talk, the show where we talk about all the transfer news happening at Arsenal. First off, the most spoke about transfer rumour flying around at the moment is Morata from Juventus. He's what I've seen. He's a good striker, banging in the goals for Juventus. When I've watched them, looked like quite good when I watched him in the Champions League. But the problem is he looks sometimes similar to Giroud. He doesn't track back, doesn't help out, doesn't really get too far forward, doesn't look too confident in front of goal. Uh, he doesn't like to fire the shots off from what I've seen, which is what we need in this Arsenal team. Because let's face it, none of our players are confident in front of goal. They always just they get in front of the goal. We've seen it with Ozil, Sanchez, Cazorla, Ramsey, and even Giroud this season. They just get in front of goal, and they instead of shooting, they'll think, "Oh, let's look for a pass instead." And so many times this season, we've been caught out trying to make that extra pass when we should have shot. So that's lost a lot of goals this season. But Morata, I think, probably would be a good buy because he's young, he's Spanish, he's linked up well with Cazorla, and he does look pretty good. He's a young, nice, good prospect as well. Huge potential, and playing at a big team like Juventus, he's got experience in the Champions League as well. And Arsenal need a Champions League proven striker as well because not only do we need to want to do well in the Premier League, we also need to do well in the Champions League and at least challenge in it because this season we went we got to the round 16, and against Barcelona in the second game, we didn't show any fight. And if you watch the first three games in the group stages, we looked like we deserved to go out. It was only the last 3-4 games that we actually turned on and pushed on to try and get a win because the players were getting hate. I mean, we were just so fucking mad at them. And if we don't have a striker that can do well and help us in there, yeah, well, we're not going to challenge again, and we're not going to challenge for the title, and then we'll get annoyed again, and Wenger will just be hated all season, and that may reflect on the players and result in bad performances. It's already getting to Ozil a bit. He's been linked with every other fucking club in the world at the moment, but that's for a different reason. The reason for that is he hasn't signed a contract extension. He said he wants to wait until after the Euros to actually sign it, and the papers and media obviously took that out of perspective and like, oh my god, he's going to go to Chelsea, he's going to go to Man City, he's going to Barcelona, he's going to go Real Madrid, he's going to PSG. No, he's not. He's going to stay. He just wants to focus on the Euros with Germany. That's what he said, and I believe him, quite frankly. I think he'll probably still be here for another 2-3 years at most, but then I reckon he'll move on. Anyway, another striker that we've been linked with, thank God, we've been linked with strikers, is Aubameyang, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Dortmund. He's also a very good striker. He's rumoured around 40 to 60 million pound though, which is a lot more than Morata, who's been 35-40 million. But Aubameyang is proven in every fucking Champions League and Bundesliga. I think any club in the world right now would take Aubameyang if he was up for offer, except for maybe like Real Madrid or someone who have obviously Ronaldo, Benzema, and Bale, or even Barca who have Suarez, Messi, Neymar, because obviously that's the best front three in the world. But Aubameyang would be a very good fit at Arsenal. He looks like he'd fit in with the play style, passing, and if with wingers such as Sanchez, who can whip a ball in nicely to Aubameyang, or even players like El Nene, who can play a nice through ball over the top. Aubameyang's pace is going to love that, and he'll be able to get behind the keeper or next in front of him and just slot it past him. So he looks like he'd fit the role as striker at Arsenal quite well, both in the Champions League and in the Premier League, which is what we need because with Giroud, he's not got any pace, and it means that the game is slowed down a bit because we can't put them nice balls over the top to this fast striker like every other team has, and get it past the keeper. But Aubameyang has lots of nice pace, and he's been banging in the goals this season at Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga and in the Champions League. So he'd be a very nice buy for Arsenal. Like I said, £60 million. It is a lot, but considering we apparently had 100 mil last year and we come second in the Premier League, we're going to have a lot of money. We're going to have 200, 300 million spent quite easily, and 60 million from 300 million is nothing. I want to see Aubameyang or Morata, one of them, being brought into Arsenal this transfer window, because if we don't have another striker by the next season, we're just going to see the same shit over and over again. It's not fucking good enough. We need a striker. Anyway, a centre back that's been rumoured, just starting today, well, a bit yesterday, but mainly today, is Jason Murillo, the 24-year-old Colombian who plays for Inter Milan. He's been rumoured at about £19 million, which isn't too bad considering they bought him from Granada a couple of seasons ago. I think it was not last season, season before. But he plays alongside Miranda in that Inter Milan defence, and he looks quite solid from what I've seen and heard from people who watch Serie A. He's all season with Miranda next to him. They've only conceded 38 goals, so that's a good record for a centre back. Especially considering they're not the top club in Serie A. Obviously, it's Juventus, Napoli, AC Milan, all doing better than them. So conceding 38 goals is pretty good for them, and he looks like he'd be quite good for Arsenal, because we do need a centre back. We know that. Mertesack's getting old; he's on his way out. Koscielny's getting quite old. Probably get another 2 seasons out of him. But obviously we've got Gabriel developing, and if we could get a nice young defender, another young defender alongside Gabriel, like Jason Murillo, it'd be quite good. And obviously Colombian international, so he knows what he's doing, because he can get into the Colombian team, so he can't be too bad. So yeah, he looks like he'd be quite good. However, talking of a centre back which is leaving the club, not permanently, just on loan, Callum Chambers. He's been saying that he would like to go out, really, because he's not getting played at all, really, at all. He's been rumoured with many English clubs, obviously. Southampton, Swansea, they've all been talking about him, apparently. And yeah, it looks like it'd be good for him to go out, get some experience. When he has played, though, he has looked okay. Like in FA Cup games he's played in, he's been solid at the back. It's nice to see him putting in good performances. Lets us know we've got a young centre back on the way who can play. Really, it is good to see a youngster like Callum Chambers going out on loan, though, because when he can't fit into a squad like Arsenal, due to the just better centre backs we've got in, even though we haven't got many, it's nice to see him go out, because it means that he can develop out on loan, play game in, game out, which he could at Southampton. And I think going to a club like Southampton or Swansea would be a brilliant transfer for him, just on loan, because that means getting a year or 2 experience, playing nearly every week, and he could come in and he could come back to this Arsenal team and do really well. Sometimes that's all it takes, just a couple of games to develop, really. Well, a couple of games, year or 2 to develop, but he does need games, and at Arsenal he's not going to get game time, which means he can't develop. And finally, Szczesny. Szczesny, he's been at loan on Roma to Roma this season, and he's looked quite solid, apparently. He's loving it there, though, because he's getting played, and he knows if he came back to this, he'd be 3rd choice keeper again behind Ospina, behind Cech, and that's not what he wants. He wants to be Arsenal's 1st choice striker, and at this point in time, he's not Arsenal's 1st choice striker. We have Petr Cech instead, and Petr Cech, I wouldn't take him out of the team for Szczesny any day of the week. So Szczesny's obviously been thinking about this, and he's thought, well, Roma want me. Roma are playing me every week. I want to stay. So he's actually asked to stay at Roma, not just on loan, but as a permanent deal. And that could hit Arsenal quite hard because Cech's probably got another 2 years out of him. Spina probably the same really before he won the go, which means in 2 years Szczesny will be good developed and probably ready to be a good first team goalkeeper, and Arsenal will miss a chance. So we'd really want to keep Szczesny. I don't think we'd want to get rid of him. I mean, at the moment, the loan is the best for him. Well, and the best for Arsenal because he'll actually get played, and that's what he wants. But he knows if he went to Roma, he would also get played every week, week in, week out, no, without a doubt, because he's the best goalkeeper there. But it does mean that if Arsenal get injured keepers, we're going to be playing young keepers like Huddert, and I don't quite think he's not really Premier League goalkeeper, is he? I mean, I've seen him play 1 or 2 games. He's not too bad, but I wouldn't choose him as the first for a striker. Anyway, that's all the transfer news for now. I'll be back probably next week at some time with more Arsenal news. Remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe. And remember to leave your opinion about the rumours and who you think Arsenal should bring down in the comments down below. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time. Bye.